Oh, I think the thing that I see fairly frequently when CEOs jump in to resolve a problem is that they're just teaching their teams that frankly they are the ones, the CEO is the only one who can fix a problem. So what tends to happen, a team member will come to you, C-suite member will come to you, we've got a problem with this, we've got a problem with that. What's our immediate reaction? Great, problem solving. I like solving problems, that's my job, that's what I'm here to do. Well, actually it's not, but that tends to be the reaction. And you jump in and immediately start answering the problem, immediately start to resolve what's going on. What does that do? Frankly, it teaches everybody around you that you are the problem solver. Clearly you like solving problems. So guess what? They're going to bring more problems to you for you to solve. And then that spiral goes round and round. So it's a pretty common trait that I see. I think it often comes from, actually particularly perhaps in smaller businesses where there isn't a particularly large team. Things get escalated up to the boss. But I see it in larger companies just as much. So it's not about solving problems, it's about responding to things when they come up, but don't fix things for your team. It's actually not your job to do so. I had an example recently with a client where the team very much were always coming to the boss to solve the problems. I don't think it was intentional, but it was the way that the team had to some extent been trained to act. And the challenge in that particular case was there was a lack of clarity about who could make what decisions. So it all got escalated up to the chief exec because at the time he had not created clarity over who could make what decision, who could essentially sort out what problems. As a consequence, everything got kicked up the line to him. What did that mean? Well, it meant actually that the business slowed down. It meant suddenly that he was working 70 or 80 hours a week, probably more actually. It meant that things didn't happen. It meant that actually that the whole business really began to stall. Now this, as much as anything, was a long-held habit by the CEO of, I need to be involved in everything, I need to know what's going on. I'm not sure I trust my team, not because there was any particular reason, it was just a long-felt habit. So I've had to work with him quite hard to change that and to build trust in amongst the team and build trust between the CEO and the team. It's work in progress. It'll take a while to get there, but we are winning. So next time I think you have a situation where people come to you, team member comes to you with a particular question or a problem to resolve, then your natural reaction will be, great, problem, let me see if I can find a solution, this is going to speed things up, this will accelerate the business, this will be good. Actually, do you know what, it won't be in the long term. It might help you in the short term, but it won't be in the long term. So think about how you could respond differently. And honestly, that's about asking good coaching questions. Really, you're trying to deflect the situation back to the team member. What would you do in this situation? How would you handle this? What ideas do you have that we could implement here? It's those sort of what, when, how, where questions that I would encourage you to use. If you do that, two things. First of all, they'll start to do some thinking for themselves. Great. Next time, hopefully they have a problem, they won't come to you, or they'd be less likely to come to you. And secondly, if they do come to you, they're more likely to come to you with solutions than they are with problems. You may want to have the solutions put to you. Great, okay, that's one that you're just being informed about. You can either approve it or not approve it, or you might ask the team member just to come and let you know, I intend to do X, Y, and Z, boss. Okay, fine, that's great, carry on. The question to ask yourself when people come to you with problems and with questions is, before you answer, is ask yourself honestly, do I need to be involved in this? Do I actually need to respond to this? Start out with that, have a pause for a second, think about it. If you really do feel that it requires you to be involved, fine, go ahead. But if you don't, then absolutely you should bat it back to the team. It really is up to them to sort this out. It's really important, otherwise all you're doing is building team dependency. The unspoken conversations they're going to have is, everything has to go to the boss, everything has to be reviewed or discussed by her or him. That's not the way to run the business. All you're doing is just creating a massive job for yourself, 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week, because you're going to have to be there to make decisions. Doesn't make sense, not your job. Your job actually is to train your team to make decisions without you.